In a certain household in the bustling city, there lived a young orphan named Clara, who had been taken in by her uncle and his wife after the death of her parents. But though she was family by blood, in that house she was treated as nothing more than a maid. The mistress of the house, proud and sharp-tongued, never failed to remind her of her lowly place. One morning, as the sun rose, Clara was scolded harshly for not waking her cousin Sophia on time. "Are you now to sleep while my daughter lies in bed?" the woman thundered. And though Clara pleaded that she had toiled late into the night with endless chores, her words fell on deaf ears. Sophia herself refused to rise, grumbling like a spoiled child, while her mother ordered Clara to cook, clean, and wash every garment in the house by hand, forbidding her even the use of the washing machine. Day by day, Clara bore insults without reply. If the food was praised, it was Sophia who received the glory. If the food was blamed, Clara was accused of trying to poison her mistress's child. One afternoon, Sophia cried that her food was too salty, and the mistress raised her hand to strike Clara, calling her a liar and a foolish girl. Yet when Uncle Joel returned, he tasted the meal and found no fault in it. He rebuked his daughter, but his wife hardened her heart and reminded Clara that she was nothing but a servant in her uncle's house, saying, "You may be his niece, but the only reason you are here is to serve my daughter. Sophia is your mistress. Whatever she desires, you must provide." And so, before the whole family, Clara was forced to kneel and apologize to the one who mocked her. Sophia, smiling with pride, commanded a feast of fried rice, jollof, chicken, turkey, moi, eggs, and juice, all to be prepared that very night. Clara, weary but obedient, carried the burden once more. Meanwhile, in another chamber of the house, the master of the home, Uncle Joel, was troubled in spirit. For a great contract worth 1 billion coins lay before him, but the men of the city demanded a bribe of 5 million to grant it. His wife, ever eager for wealth, urged him on, saying, "Is 5 million not worth 1 billion in return? Waste no time. Grease their palms, and we shall rejoice." And so, while Clara was pressed down by scorn and labor, the household itself hurried toward riches, riches that would one day test their hearts. When Uncle Joel believed that fortune had smiled upon him with a contract worth 1 billion, his heart leapt like a man who had found gold in a riverbed. "It is mine, he said to his wife, dancing and clapping like one who had already eaten the feast. But unknown to him, the men who promised him help were tricksters. Their lips dripped with honey, yet their tongues were sharp as knives. They collected the 5 million he gave in trust, but behind his back they plotted to sell him out to those with heavier purses. In the same house, poor Clara grew weaker by the day. Neglected, maltreated, and rejected, she often cried to her Maker, "O Lord, give me strength to bear this pain. I may be treated as a maid, but I am still human." And though her heart was bruised, her spirit remained unbroken. Even when she was denied food and scolded for being sick, she whispered prayers that only heaven heard. Meanwhile, Sophia grew prouder with each passing day. She delighted in mocking Clara, commanding her about like a queen commanding her servant. Yet her own laziness brought shame upon her. For while Clara carried the burdens of the house, Sophia wasted her days, playing with vanity and neglecting her studies. Soon the fruits of her idleness ripened. She quarreled with her lecturer, Dr. Adeyemi, shouting at him with arrogance. The lecturer, angered, reported her to the vice-chancellor, and a letter was sent demanding that her parents appear before the school authorities. And so the house stood at a crossroad, the master deceived by greedy men, the mistress blinded by pride, the daughter stained by arrogance, and the orphan maid, humble yet gifted with unseen grace. For it was said that her words carried signs, and what she spoke in whispers often came to pass. Those who mocked her did not yet know that heaven was weaving her tears into blessings. Clara's heart was troubled. She whispered, "I don't know. I just don't know what to do." Her mind spun with questions, yet no answer came. She sighed deeply and told herself, "I'll call later." In the kitchen, pots clattered, and food was not yet ready. "Why is this thing not ready yet?" a sharp voice demanded. Clara, tired but calm, replied that she was cooking as fast as she could. But her mistress mocked her, saying, "Is this YouTube cooking? People want to eat spices and taste food, not wait forever. After all I've done, you still have the mouth to explain." Clara bowed her head and pleaded, "Please, I am going through a lot already." Do not add to my pain." But her words were met with coldness. Alone, she prayed softly, "Lord, what should I do? Lead me. Even if you do not reveal it to me in a vision, grant me wisdom to act rightly." Not long after, a letter arrived for Mr. and Mrs. Joel. It was from the university, warning them about Sophia's misconduct toward a lecturer. It was the second letter, and the third would bring indefinite suspension. The household grew tense. When Clara presented the food, her mistress looked at her sharply and said, "There's something eating you up. I can find out through revelation." But Clara quietly insisted, "Please, stay out of my business." Later, Clara approached Sophia. "I had a revelation about you," she said gently. "Some of it is good, but one thing troubles me most. It concerns your education. You are on the verge of suspension. If it is not handled well, it will ruin your future." Sophia's eyes widened. "How do you know all this?" "I tried to hide it from my parents." Clara did not scold her. Instead, she gave her counsel, "Tomorrow, go to your lecturer. Apologize with humility. Kneel if you must. Lay down if you must. Beg him sincerely. Then when you return, show your parents the letter and tell them everything. This way, disaster will be averted." The next day, Sophia followed Clara's instructions. She humbled herself before the lecturer, apologized deeply, and he forgave her. The suspension letter was withdrawn. Sophia ran home in joy. "Clara, thank you. You saved me. My parents have no reason to come to the school anymore." Her mother overheard and came closer. "So, Clara was the one who guided you? If not for her, this would have been the beginning of Sophia's downfall." She turned to Clara and said with a rare softness, "You are truly a blessing to this family." Later, the mistress called Clara aside. "There is something I have long desired, a fashion business. But fear has held me back. The market is saturated, and I fear failing. I want you to go into your manifestation mode and see if I will succeed." Clara hesitated. "But you know, I only say what is revealed to me." Her mistress insisted, "That is why you are here. Your presence is divinely orchestrated to save this family." Clara prayed and later told her, "I saw a golden pathway. You walked upon it, and people showered you with gifts. It symbolizes success. But only one condition: you must be kind to your family and neighbors all the days of your life." Joy filled her mistress. "So my lifelong dream will finally come true," she exclaimed. "From now, I will be kinder. You will see." Not long after, Uncle Joel burst into the room, shouting with delight, "Clara, we got the contract." The whole house rejoiced, thanking God for the breakthrough. But news spread quickly, and soon a cousin from the village, Richard, called asking for assistance. Joel explained to his wife, "It is better he comes in person, so I know what he truly needs. I believe everyone in my circle should grow at the same time to avoid jealousy. Clara's father once sponsored my education. Now I am sponsoring hers. If I help Richard, who knows? One day he may help us or even Sophia." When Richard arrived, Joel asked how much he needed. "Uncle, I am looking at 10 million, Richard said boldly. Joel replied, "I will give you 20 million. Be serious with it this time. But let this be the last. Life is not easy. You must pray and work hard." Richard wept with gratitude, blessing Joel over and over. But greed would not leave him. Later, he returned demanding 30 million more. Joel cursed his foolishness and turned him away. Not long after, Joel's wife, Ophelia, schemed with him. They called Clara's grandmother in the village and pretended, "We want Clara to come home to take care of you." In truth, it was only an excuse to cast her away now that they believed they no longer needed her. Clara's heart ached. Joel confessed privately, "I feel as though I have stabbed her with a knife. I don't know why I allowed this to happen." While Clara was still reeling from the betrayal, Richard arrived again. He greeted her politely and then, with cunning words, planted poison in her ears. "Clara, after all you did for them, they have decided to send you away. Does it not pain you? Your father sponsored Joel's education, yet he wants to throw you back into the village. This is life for you. But listen, I have a way out." He handed her a small packet. This substance is poisonous. Do not put it in cooked food, only raw food. Once they cook it themselves, they will eat and perish. Joel has no male child, and I, being his kinsman, will inherit everything. After that, I will take you abroad, change your life, and give you your share. This is symbiosis. You gain 50, I gain 50. But Clara trembled and rebuked him. I am ashamed of you. Ashamed that you are my blood. Greed has blinded you. Were you not given 20 million to start a business? Was that not enough? Now you ask me to kill 3 souls? May God punish you. The evil you have plotted will swallow you. You will rot in jail. And so it happened. He was arrested, and his wickedness bore bitter fruit. Later, Clara stood before Joel and his wife. They expected her to beg for mercy, but instead she opened her hand. Richard came to me, she said, and he gave me this deadly substance to use against you. He also gave me this phone, telling me to do it before I leave. But I am not that kind of person. The world I live in may be wicked, but I will never repay wickedness with wickedness. I will repay evil only with love. Her voice broke, yet her heart remained pure. I must also confess, I do not have any gift of revelation. The day those men came to the house, I hid myself on the stairs and overheard their conversation. That is how I knew. Everything else was coincidence, guided only by God's mercy. If I have been good to you, it is because goodness is the only thing I know. Clara's words struck their hearts. Joel wept bitterly. You were part of this home, yet we neglected you. You were maltreated and rejected, yet you still chose love. O God, forgive us. And when she was left alone, Clara lifted her face toward the heavens and prayed. O Lord, please give me strength to bear this. Even though I am hated, even though I am cast away, let me not lose my goodness. Let me walk in love, no matter the cruelty around me. Dear viewers, what lessons did you learn from this powerful story? Share your thoughts with us in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. If you enjoyed the tale, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit the subscribe button. Also, turn on the notification bell so you'll never miss our latest stories. Thank you for watching, and may you stay inspired and blessed.